J.A.S, just a star. Born and raised in Durban, KZN, Dubane, represent. I came to Johannesburg 8 years ago to study music. I studied music production at the campus of performing arts. I got an internationally accredited honors degree through the University of Chichester in the UK, which was really cool. After that, I went straight into teaching, lecturing. I was lecturing at a music college. Did that for two years. It was a good experience because I was mentoring young talent, students and upcoming, the future basically of this industry. So I'm obviously a composer, producer, songwriter, rapper. I do it all, engineer, of course. Okay, this is a cheesy story, okay? But J.S. obviously equals just a star. It's also my initials. J.S. is my name, initials, yeah. But my mom, okay, when I was a kid, I was screaming in the passageway somewhere in my house, and my mom heard me. She ran, she slipped, she hit her head like against the wall. That's what I'm saying. It's a cheesy story. She saw a star, right? The cheesiest story ever. She saw a star, and she said she only saw one star, just a star. And I also used to be, at nighttime, as a kid, I used to be with my mom. I was mommy's boy, looking at the stars. We couldn't see any stars in the sky, but we always found the brightest one in the sky, and just one star, So yeah, it led to that. Then the name carried. People liked it. People call me J.A.S. People call me Star in school as a musician. So this became a thing. I do a range of things, I'm actually working on a house album with other composer Mpo. We actually released a song last week. Yeah, Set Me Free. You guys should check it out on my page. But hip hop. I do a lot of genres. I love all types of music, but I live hip hop. I am hip hop. I was born. I grew up with hip hop. I grew up with a lot of so-called black friends, So they introduced me to a lot of things. My brother used to jam hip-hop at a young age, so I grew up listening to that, And I felt the pain, I felt the heartache, I felt the emotion in hip-hop, It's the same thing what people, I suppose, elder people experience with jazz, because it's born from oppression. So I felt hip-hop, I live hip-hop, I do hip-hop, all types of it. And yeah, when I was coming up in Durban, I was in a rap crew, Maximus, so it was 3 rap guys, It was obviously, back then, if I look back now, it's like bad, like terrible. But we used to perform at a few of the big venues that dealt with hip-hop, like Bat Center and so on. And when I performed there, I was performing, I look at the audience, obviously it's all black crowd, And people just stare at me and look at me like, what's happening? Like, what is this guy? What's coming out of his mouth? I'm like, okay, made me feel a bit awkward, but yeah. But hip hop, music really, it goes beyond all so-called races and so on. We're all human, we're all in this thing. If you can feel it, if you can vibe to it. Also, recently, like, when I tell people I'm a composer, I'm a producer, engineer, they'll say, oh, but Sketchy Bongo, It's the first thing they say. Why not PH? Why not Gemini? Why not all these other people, Come on, guys. I've had mixed responses from radio. There's a campus radio and community radio, they're vibing to it. Certain commercial radio, they were 50-50. I know Catherine from 5FM, when she was still working there, she was vibing to it and she was trying to push the track to be on 5, to get on their playlists. But apparently the other playlist committee, they were saying, no, it's not commercial enough. So it's a bit weird because I think it's turned up, it's a vibe. And in Pretoria, it's vibing, like in the clubs, people are jamming to it, people are wearing the jazz tees, and it's a vibe, So it's hip-hop with a twist. Has a bit of DJ Mustard flavor to it. Has a bit of, turn-up vibe. But it's not trap, which is cool. And it's also the MC, Side Effect, I think is the future. He's like the next big thing. And he comes with like bars. He's rapping. He's actually rapping. It's a turn-up track, but he's rapping with bars. So it's good. Well, what makes me unique in South Africa, I think, is the fact that I've created my own sound. I think a lot of people, and no disrespect to what some of the people are doing, but they're taking a trap sound, for example, from the U.S. and yes, putting their vernac into it and making it South African, branding it South African, But it's still a trap sound. The vocals and the raps may be slightly different and unique, which I respect. Like the guys like MT respect what they're doing, They're doing well for themselves. But I've created a unique sound that Yes, it's influenced by US, by UK, by Europe, by Africa, by all different places, but it's something quite brand new. And maybe you won't see that with the moment, because maybe it's very international quality. But there's a lot of songs on my album that are unique to J.A.S. And that's what I want people to hear, I want people to find. So when they listen to the album, they'll be like, what's this J.A.S. sound? So in the future, when I'm working with other artists and producing for them, they'll say, this is a J.A.S. beat, this is a J.A.S. vibe, you know? And that's what I'm introducing. Also, I'm all about uplifting and taking people with me. I'm not about going by myself. I'm J.A.S., screw everyone else. I'm taking Side Effect, who's on the song, Navita, Blossom, who I work with, another vocalist, Bo Malone, AJ Lyric. I'm taking people with me and who I think are the future, you know? And I want them to do better than I am, you know, in fact. And I've also, just to sidetrack a bit, I've started a company with my fellow guy, Mission. It's about artist development and mentoring young artists in SA. So it's called The Movement, Just The Movement. And it's about bringing up artists from also underprivileged areas, you know, from townships and so on, where people don't have the access to the facilities like the studios, and they don't have the knowledge of the industry really. And I have that knowledge, you know. So I can record for them, mix, master, do master classes on songwriting, on production. And that's what we're starting right now. So I just registered the company. We just started that. So now we're looking for artists. So people must hit me up. People must contact me via email and so on. Send their stuff in and we can work. You know, it's about mentoring. You don't have to be perfect, but it's about taking someone who has potential and taking them to the next level. So that's what we're doing.